Hey, Juventini, welcome back to the All Juve Cast channel where it's all Juve all the time. I'm Alberto. I'm going to bring you the news to January 2nd, 2022. All right. And obviously, yesterday was a big one. I come out and shared the news of the possibility of Icardi coming to Juventus was growing. And then, probably an hour after my video put out, it became really, really strong by more sources coming out and saying that Icardi is the name. Today, they reiterate Icardi is the name should Morata be let go to Barcelona. Now, the only issue is, and there will be a meeting apparently from Icardi and PSG management to sort this out, but PSG no doubt will be looking for the obligation, and Juventus is not prepared to have anything but a loan with an option to purchase. If this falls through, Morata will be staying because Juventus apparently the only name that will allow Morata to go to Barcelona is Icardi, in which Allegri has already given the clearance and the okay for, and Allegri has wanted Icardi for some time. Now, Cavani was another name that was being thrown around with Juventus. It is looking more likely he will stay at Man United, okay? Muriel was another option, and these were the three names I had given, and I put a tweet out there saying, for me, if we were going to let Morata go, it would be these three players: Cavani, Icardi, or Muriel. Those are my only three options that I would be satisfied with in order to let him go in January, all right? Now, the reaction by many Juventini was none of those options can be anything more than a loan. I agree, other than one. Icardi would be the only one, if he comes in and starts banging goals, that I would pick up an option for and only expand him on a couple conditions. These are the conditions. Number one, if he was banging goals, I would extend him for a year and a half to make it a total of 2 years because he's still 28 years old. Muriel, 30 years old. Cavani, 34. So Icardi coming in at 28. This is a good year. 2 years takes him to 30. Fine with that. If he's banging in goals, and if for 6 months he can show us he can remain drama free, okay. And another one, the biggest one, if it does not prevent the team from still making that solid signing that's looking more to the future in the striker position. If that's going to happen, then no for any of them. But he is the only one that could probably allow us to break that, in my personal opinion. But again, I love hearing what you think, Juventini. So make sure that you let us know, okay? Now, in other news, of course, De Ligt has apparently cleared any doubts about his future at Juventus, and the defender has decided to stay at least another year in Turin and continue to wear the Bianconeri shirt. This is coming from not a strong source, okay? And here's my unpopular opinion. Love to hear from all of you again, but my unpopular opinion is that if we are going to be losing De Ligt at any time in the future and he is not going to be a mainstay, bite the bullet, take the massive capital gain that you're going to get off a sale from him, and then in turn bolster this squad properly, okay? It could be the difference of a whole possible 2 summer mercados to get that massive capital gain in one shot. And of course, obviously the savings of 12 million euros in salary. Okay. So it's my unpopular opinion. I might take a lot of heat for it, but hey, if we're going to be losing them at any point in the future here, take the hit, bite the bullet, and get it done and start bolstering the squad properly. Okay. Now, again, everybody is again, when you come on with De Ligt and whatnot, they're saying that, you know, the replacements are not up to the par. No, but if it means bringing in an elite striker, an elite midfielder, and still having a lot open up salary wise, this is the difference. You could still have more than serviceable options that will be available at the defender role. They won't be world class, but you take a little bit of hit there, but you make a big gain in a couple other areas that we need. Okay. Nobody generates that much money in one quick shot like De Ligt. Also, the other deterring factor that many Juventini are saying that in another year, his release clause becomes even higher. Look, nobody is going to pay the release clause for De Ligt. So if it comes down to it and the player's will ends up being to leave Juventus, whether it's now or later, you're still going to be letting them leave. And you're going to be bypassing that release clause regardless, because nobody's going to pay that. So if the player's will and Raiola's will is to take him elsewhere, it's going to happen, everybody, and we're not going to see that release clause. So, yeah, That's just an unpopular opinion from Alberto. In other news, of course, the Supercoppa Italiana will be played on January 12th. Inter and Juventus were trying to postpone this match, and the league has said it will carry forth on the day that it was planned to. So, January 12th, that Supercoppa will be taking place between Inter and Juventus. All right. Dennis Zakaria. Dennis Zakaria continues to be a name thrown out with Juventus. Apparently, they want to beat all the competition. Okay. They want to beat all the competition and get him in January. We know this only happens if there are some outgoing moves. Okay. So, again, as hot as this track is for Zakaria, do not expect it in January. Okay. And last but not least, of course, we prepare for the match against Napoli. Okay. So, COVID having its say in this matchup right out of the gate. So Insigne has been cleared. He will take part in the match for Napoli. Others, though, you have Malquit and Petagna that are isolation because they were in contacts with directly in contact with some positive cases. I believe Unas is in that mix as well. Lozano has COVID. Osimhen has COVID. And Elmas has COVID. Okay, so that's the report on Napoli. Juventus, we have Capitano Giorgio Chiellini, unfortunately, testing positive for COVID yesterday. We have also Pinsolio and Artur that are positive COVID cases. We have Chiesa that should be in the mix, ready to go. Dybala should be in the mix, ready to go. We are waiting on Moise Keane's status, and Danilo should be middle of this month for his return. Okay, and that's where we stand as we get ready for this big one against Napoli. Okay. All right, that's it for your news. Again, like the video, subscribe to the channel. It's all Juve all the time. We've got a couple little tidbits of content coming up in the next couple days. And then, of course, we're going to get back to business with the second half of the season carrying on. And you'll get a tactical breakdown coming up for the Napoli match. And, of course, Match Day Live on game day, where we get pumped up and amped for the first game of 2022, which is a big one that could bring us 2 points away from Napoli, our opponents. Okay, so we'll see you all then. Again, like the video, subscribe to the channel. Fino alla fine, Forza Juventus. Ciao.